Ba ba ba. Shoot. That's right. No, it's not Justin Timberlake. No, you're not in line for a Big Mac. We're here to talk some wrestling. Because we are the one and only wrestling podcast, the Shoot Brother podcast, hosted by myself, Mike the Shoot Shepherd, Cameron McDonald's Osborne.
Bang, bang, I'm here, Mike. What a fantastic introduction there. I got one thing I gotta say. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. It's so good that I do not, off the top of my head, remember their previous ad campaign. Like the one that was before it.
I don't know. I mean, it killed Ronald McDonald. He is gone now.
Justin Timberlake slit Ronald McDonald's throat in front of the nation, in front of the world to see. And that's all that I have to say about that matter. But you are right, Mike. This is the Shoot Brothers. Episode 181, creeping up to that 200. We'll have to find something special to do when the time comes. Of course, for our 100th episode, we did our big top 5 lists. I think we had a lot of fun doing that. We should think
something creative, not just a regular
else that we
episode.
can do. Yeah, so look forward to that. But that is that's a long way in the future. You know what we have between now and then is a shitload of wrestling action because Backlash coming up 2 weekends from now. Of course, Double or Nothing at the end of the month. The Forbidden Door is being creaked open at the beginning of June, I guess, and we keep trotting along, doing all of our stuff. So let's just get into the show. Let's get into the show the way that we always do. Which is by crowning a brand new Tweet of the Week champion. It's the Tweet of the Week. It's the Tweet of the Week. Last week's champion, O'Shea Jackson Jr. Mike, did you check out Straight Outta Compton? I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix.
No, but I mean,
it's good. It's worth a watch.
No, it came out a few years ago, and I've heard of excellent things. It's just a matter of sitting down and watching.
You know what? It was one of the last movies. I can't remember the last movie prior to it or even post it that I saw in the theaters that wasn't big budget or special effects type of thing. I paid full price to sit there and watch a drama. Which I don't do too often, so that should say something right there. But anyways, O'Shea Jackson Jr. He got his belt swiped away from you. It's just like this 24/7 championship, right? It can happen at any time. I swear, the Tweety League championship changes hands more than the 24/7 championship does.
Yeah, we just don't get to report on it until a couple days later.
Motherfuckers are holding on to it for weeks at a time now. But this week's Tweety champion goes out to so I guess throughout the week this Owen Hart tournament going on, right, for the Owen Hart Foundation, men's side, women's side. At one point Tony Khan announces that there will be an Owen Hart men's tournament qualifier between Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler. Wow, that's actually tonight. That's happening shortly. For that, both of these men hold the Ring of Honor Championship or Tag Team Championship. They have the AAA Tag Team Championship. Tony Khan tweets this out, and our brand new Tweety League champion Dax Harwood responds with 2 words, and he just says to himself, "Oh shit, Mike! Oh shit!"
Yeah, that's pretty much what I said. This has potential match of the year candidate.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why it does, but somehow it does. These guys have been so hot lately. This almost seems like a no-brainer. It's crazy.
And it reminds me of the much beloved Cruiserweight Classic a few years ago. You had Tommaso Ciampa face Johnny Gargano when they were still a tag team. That had a similar vibe, standing ovation type of match.
It was a standing O match?
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
This is before they had ever turned on each other or anything like that. So
of course. This was the DIY time, I guess.
Yeah. That was great, as was the whole classic, as will this Owen tournament. This is a qualifying match, though, right? So it still hasn't officially started.
Yeah.
Or is it a first round match?
Yeah, just a normal it's a qualifying match. So
yeah. Still don't know the exact number, right? I'm assuming it's going to end at 16-man bracket. Or maybe it's only going to be 8.
Well, yeah, so the graphic is 8.
Okay, so if you count the qualifiers, then it's 16.
Maybe they're doing like a set before, but either way, keep an eye out for that one for sure.
It's like on the PGA Tour, not everyone makes the cutoff. Some people only play Thursday, or whatever it is.
Exactly right. Like Mike Weir's going to the Masters every year. He's not getting he's not getting out of like Thursday. But that's okay because he can still hang out because he's allowed.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is crazy to me. So congratulations, Dax Harwood. We're looking forward to that match coming up later today. So I'm actually probably going to watch this one tonight. Really can't wait for it. And let's move along with some of our AEW action. Because
that's all we've got.
It's all we got, I guess. Just one quick hour of wrestling live from Pittsburgh. Britsburg. Let's get into some All Elite Wrestling Rampage. Where I think the big money match for me that was definitely announced before the show even started. Adam Cole last week announced that this week he's taking on Tomohiro Ishii. From New Japan fame, but I wasn't even excited for that. No, because Marina Schafir is on the card tonight, taking on Jade Cargill. Can she be the 29-1? Right? Isn't that's Taker's record or something? Right? Imagine that. Never mind. I mean, never mind. Let's get into. I wish Rampage kicked off with Marina Schafir, of course, the Goon Squad coming back. We kick off this week's edition of Rampage with Adam Cole, Tomohiro Ishii, coming from across the pond. Do you still say across the pond if it's on the other side of the pond? Like, I thought the pond was like the Atlantic Ocean.
I think it's just, I don't know. To me, you have to be British to say it.
Gotcha. Thank you. Thanks for that clarification.
Yes, but as you said, Cole versus Ishii, Owen Hart qualifier here. Big match. Orange Cassidy was in Ishii's corner, I guess because Ishii's friends with Rocky Romero, or is there a connection there?
From what I can remember, was that like the best friends and Orange Cassidy are in Chaos, which is the I think a faction led by Kazuchika Okada.
Okay.
So I think that's,
I don't know all the details.
That was where my mind went because I did recall.
Yeah.
I did recall that happening once on an episode of Dynamite.
Well, yeah, they were hanging around the ringside supporting him, so match was good. Nice hard-hitting bout, strong style stuff. Ishii gets a couple big near falls. He's in control when Jay White runs out and throws Rocky Romero into the steel steps, and all this commotion distracts the ref. Adam Cole hits a low blow and drops the boom to get a dirty win and advance to the Owen Hart.
So he's in the tournament. And do we know what the tournament's for? Is it a trophy?
I'm sure there'll be a trophy.
Sure, there'll be something about it.
But you know what? I'm getting sick of this Adam Cole low blow every match to win. He's supposed to be one of your best guys. You don't need to cheat all the time, Adam Cole.
Yeah, well, him
and his wife. No good.
We would, well, we were saying this before with some of these AEW heels, right? Where they're always just, like, they cheat to win. Like, it's like every single win is cheat to win.
Yeah. Like, you're supposed to be a top guy. You can win clean sometimes. So.
Exactly. Like, you can...
I don't know. Unless that's their way of protecting Ishii because he's a guest, so maybe that's why.
I mean, I do get it. But whatever. Yeah. But for the tournament, we need more. Maybe I'd love if there would be a match in this kind of qualifier, or whatever, where there was a surprising result. That makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
We need a big upset.
We need a big upset. Yeah. That's what I wanted. Adam Cole's been on a little losing streak, or maybe give him one more for all I care.
Yeah, that would have been interesting, but. We'll get more of that. We go backstage for an interview with Hook. But before he can get a word in, we turn the corner to find Danhausen. He's opened a bunch of bag of chips and stomped all over them, ruining these nutritious snacks. And Hook doesn't like that. He loves chips. So he presses Danhausen up against the wall, gets right in his face. We finally hear him speak. He says, "You wanted my attention, you got it now." So it's on.
Well, not only is it on, I'm so glad he doesn't have like a, "You want my attention? It's on. I mean, God, hey, that's very important. That's very important. If he had come out, with a funny inflection, I don't know.
Yeah, no, he sounded like like he should.
And hey, I think Danhausen and Hook feels like the match that the internet wants.
Yeah, and I think
that's our internet match of the week.
And I think it's going to turn into a friendship, an odd couple pairing afterwards.
Yeah, I think so. If you're in the
whether Hook likes it or not, he's going to keep following him around.
Yeah, if you're in checking out the blog community up there on the AEW types and the being the elite types, yeah, they're in it together all the time. I think they're buddies.
Okay, that's cool.
It's not an interview of Danhausen without not being Danhausen. It was weird.
No makeup,
no accent.
Yeah,
it was cool. Guy. It was just a guy. He's just a guy. He's just like another 30-year-old, and you're like, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys wear makeup and shit, but they're not like playing a character.
Yeah, he's doing character makeup. Yeah, and in voice and in like the way.
Like Sting is just talking like Sting does.
Yeah, he's just doing a little.
Adam Borden does or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. This is more like now he goes to Nosferatu mode. Just like murder.
Yeah, exactly.
He's great. Can't wait for that match.
Yeah. I'm excited to finally see him have a match. So, but in the meantime, we got Lance Archer taking on Serpentico, and he's basically just here to get tossed all over the ring by Archer. Hits the blackout, easy win, and just beats him up some more afterwards.
Yeah, I guess just we would call this one a classic squash, right?
Yeah, classic squash.
That's what he does, I guess. Yeah,
just a way to keep him, keep him up there, hovering near the top 5. He's always kind of in the mix.
Because he always gets the squash wins. I feel like that's all that. It's weird. Really I feel like everything Lance Archer has done has been a squash win or a title opportunity, and then squash wins, and then title opportunity. Yeah.
Then we got Daniel Garcia taking on Eddie Kingston, who gets a nice big reception from the crowd here, and they had a pretty good back and forth match. Lots of stiff punches going on. Eventually, Eddie takes over, hits the big Hurricane back fist, get the win. Then afterwards, he grabs the microphone, takes off his belt, looks into the camera, but he says, "Nah, I'm not going to do it. I'm saving these lashings for you, Jericho." So we're building to that big match.
Another lashing angle. Haven't we lashed? We lashed Cody already. Come on, guys. We've been lashing since day one here.
Yeah. I don't know. But there'll be at least one more. But let's go to the main event. TBS title on the line. Jade Cargill taking on Marina Schafir.
Yes.
You've been waiting for it.
Yes. I've been waiting since... I want to say she was releasing 2, Electric Boogaloo. I want to say that. Yeah, so I've been waiting since whenever the hell that was. Probably, a year and a half at this point, maybe even 2 years.
Yeah, and it's been like 2.5 weeks now since they announced it, so they've been saving it, cooking it up, building her up on Dark. So here we go, toughest test yet for Cargill. And Cargill's got her baddie section at ringside, which they didn't really explain at any point, but Red Velvet has all of a sudden joined the team.
Yeah, okay, I'm glad you noticed that, because I don't think commentary said anything about that. And that was more for me to be like, wait.
Unless it happened on Dark, they never explained anything.
Because I was asking myself, and it was one of these things, I'm like, how do I recognize her? I was like, wait, I know her.
I think there was
somehow.
Another person there, too, that I can't.
Like another one, like a dark type of, you would have seen her in like a battle royale.
Like that Xena Ramir or whatever. I don't know. Something like that. Doesn't matter. She's got her supporters at ringside, and ends up being probably the longest match of Cargill's career, around 10 minutes or so. And the crowd's hot. They're loving Jade and all her offense. And the baddie section's throwing popcorn at Marina. But Schafir has her nice comeback, though, and gives Jade a lot of trouble, more than anyone has yet. And, they fight outside the ring again. The baddie section distracts Schafir. Jade runs in, hits the huge pump kick, then picks up Schafir, choke slams her on the timekeeper's table, but she lands like right on the edge of it rather than in the middle. It doesn't break. Like, these things never break for the women.
These things, or they break too easily. We know this. We know this, Mike.
But And that one, though, it made it look like a bit more of a stiff bump, so it didn't really.
Mm-hmm. It always looks a bit worse when it doesn't break. Yeah.
Makes people go, oh.
Yeah, like, ow, that's actually falling on a table.
Yeah. So she picks her up after, throws her back in the ring. Jade goes for the pin, but Marina grabs her in a leg lock, her last gasp here. But Cargill breaks out, hits the Jaded, gets the win, retains the title. Good match. And that's the 30-0 number that she's been chasing. Can she get to 50 by the end of the year?
Probably. Unless, yeah, I mean, the Marina Schafir match looked great. I think sometimes Jade Cargill wins a little too quickly sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, there's no chance.
Yeah. I'm glad this got to go about 10 minutes or so, and, maybe we can see some more of Marina Schafir.
Hopefully.
There's always room.
Stiff strikes. Thunder Rosa, I'm sure, has a championship somewhere.
Yeah.
She probably has
sure.
She probably has shit that needs to go down. But that was all of Rampage. More qualifiers, I'm sure, coming up this week, and all that good stuff. Let's move over to the other show. The other show on Friday. Same time. Is it same time? What time do all these things happen at? No.
Smackdown 8 to 10, Rampage 10 to 11. When it's supposed to.
What was it like, Mike, when Raw got that extra hour? Were you like, thank God?
I mean, the first couple weeks, it was kind of cool. You're like, wow, it's like a pay-per-view on Monday.
And then,
because the first couple, they booked like a big deal. They're like, wow, it's Raw 1000. We're going to 3 hours, 5 championship matches, the world title's on the line, and all these. And then a couple weeks later, it was.
Then it was just like, I can see. Then you're getting wedding angles and stuff.
Yeah.
Funny.
That's funny though. Yeah, sometimes I'll go and like watch not a whole episode, but any portion of Raw from like 1998, and without commercials, it's only like an hour and 20 minutes. The whole episode of Raw.
The whole episode is like about the length of like a movie.
Yeah. But anyways.
Yeah, let's give it to you then. Let's give you Monday Night Raw live from Knoxville, Tennessee.
Smackdown.
Oh shit! Sorry, wrong one. Oh my God, the wrong tab open. Too funny. My bad. Smackdown Live.
That's all right.
Okay, folks, it's Friday night. It's time for Smackdown Live. It used to be on Tuesday, but then I think it was on Friday before, though. No, wait, they used to film it on a Thursday and then release it. It's just Smackdown Live.
The same as all the things we said, Run it in our heads, still the same. The show starts off, Smackdown Live, with the Women's Championship contract signing. Adam Pearce, here to mediate, brings out Charlotte Flair, Ronda Rousey. But he forgot the contract. Come on, Pearce. So Drew Gulak, who's taken on the role of intern, just runs out with it. And he's ready to go with his old gimmick, though. He's like, I got a PowerPoint presentation about I quit matches.
That was a nice little shout out to us to us old fans. That was a nice. I like that. Thank you.
Fun callback there, but Charlotte cuts him right off, and the two women exchange their promos. The crowd's chanting, "You tapped out" at Charlotte. And she gets mad and says, "No, I was just fixing my bra." Which, I mean, she was at one point in the match. So.
At one point, apparently.
Yeah, but then we just kind of go over the rules for the I Quit match. Charlotte keeps telling Ronda, I beat you at Mania. But Ronda all she has to do is just glance at the crowd, and then they start chanting, "You tapped out." So good crowd work here, I thought, from both women. Just playing right into it. And, at the end, Charlotte signs the contract, and then she flips the table, pulls out this kendo stick she stashed, starts whacking the shit out of Ronda. But then Ronda gets it away from her, beats up Charlotte, and then Gulak interferes, though. He grabs Ronda from behind, takes the stick, so Ronda picks him up, hits the Piper's Pit, locks him in an armbar, and then signs the contract on top of Gulak.
On top of Gulak's body.
Yeah.
And PowerPoint was a nice touch. I like that.
Yeah, that was fun. I mean, he hasn't been released yet. He's on TV once again.
Which is crazy. When I saw him, I was like, I thought you were released. And then I was, I think I was thinking of Tony Nese. I think that's why I was thinking.
I mean, they're pretty, yeah.
That's why I was thinking
Gulak,
of.
he's not even in the 24/7 gang, so we just...
Oh, that's good. That honestly, anything is a promotion from that.
Yeah, I guess it's good, but... anyways, let's go to our first match. You had Butch taking on Xavier Woods. You know, Butch doing his little pit bull thing, just aggressive, working away at Xavier, stretching him out. But then Woods fights back, catches him in that new backwoods. The roll up, gets the 3. Butch is pissed off, storms off, leaving Sheamus and Ridge. Then he grabs a security guard, tosses him over the barricade.
The angry Butch, who's, I guess, 0-2 since coming here to the main roster in this new gimmick.
Yeah, not the best start.
Yeah, it really isn't. Yeah, called up with a new gimmick has to be tough.
Yeah, especially, I don't know, the whole thing, the look, the name, it's not that good.
Not that good.
Someone who's getting a better start, though, Gunther. His name was already changed, but he's identical in the ring, so nothing to worry about there. He's taking on Teddy Goods, local jobber. So as to be expected, Gunther destroys this guy. Easy win. So, hey, at least they're treating Gunther right so far.
Yeah, so far with a big win.
Yeah, easy dominant win.
Easy for a guy like that. McAfee had a good line in this one. It was something like Teddy Goods has like a 6'5" worth of poop in his pants. Now, and I did like that one. That one got me.
Yeah, I mean, you can always count on Pat
yeah.
with the goods. We got a quick backstage promo from Xia Li, who, I mean, I think she had like one match since being drafted. So hopefully they can figure it out and book her. Sounded like she was kind of going to be a heel now. She's like, I'm done helping people.
That's a classic heel thing. That being said, baby faces don't like to help each other out too often either. So,
I mean, how many times do we see a baby face get beaten down? How many
times?
No one comes in.
But one heel gets beat up and the entire fucking locker room spills out.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Then we got Riddle taking on Jey Uso. Just another one of these. I mean, the wrestling's always good, but the matchup is, by the time we get to this unification match, we've already done everything. So,
well, yeah,
I don't know.
Like you said, you were thinking that it was going to be every combo of potential, right?
I mean, probably at this point.
Yeah.
So, anyways, still fine match. Riddle's doing his thing, hitting the floating bro, the Orton DDT, looking for the RKO. But then Jimmy jumps on the apron to distract him. So Orton slams Jimmy on the announce table, back in the ring. Jay counters Riddle's RKO, hits this cool toss-up super neck breaker. But Riddle kicks out of that. Uso goes for the Uso splash, but Riddle gets the knees up, cradles Jay for the 3. Riddle wins. And yeah, crowd got pretty hot for the match. It was still fun.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. The match was great. I think this might have been my favorite match on the card. Maybe.
Probably.
You know, work. These guys work great. It made a lot of sense. Bless you.
Whoops. Thank you.
This sneezed the hell out of you.
Yeah. So, anyways, I thought there might be another one coming. We're good. Riddle wins. We move on to Kayla Braxton in the ring to interview Sasha Banks and Naomi about their tag title reign so far, and crowd's giving them a big reception, chanting, "You deserve it." And they say it doesn't matter who comes after these titles, we're going to win. And that's when Natalya and Shayna come out and say, "Yeah, we want a shot."
Natalya working double duty these days.
Yeah, she's on every show pretty much.
She's just living in a suitcase these days.
We go backstage where Happy Corbin reaches out to Madcap Moss, says, "I'm willing to be the bigger man, and I'll forgive you, Madcap." But Moss just says there's as much chance of me coming back to you as there is you growing a full head of hair.
And Madcap Moss has a great hairline. That's one thing he has. There's no kind of, going receding back receding. Or anything. Yeah, it's very straight. He's got a great head of hair.
Some have it, some don't.
That's all. Yeah, exactly.
Genetics. Ask Hulk Hogan.
He has the best hair.
Madcap. Well, Madcap goes down to the ring to take on Angel. Nothing too special here. You had Humberto cheating to help Angel, but Moss overcomes it all, hits the punchline, gets the win. And then Corbin shows up afterwards, beats him down, and then steals his Andre the Giant trophy. It's actually kind of impressive. He picked it up and carried it off.
Well, Baron Corbin also won that trophy once.
Yeah, I mean, his name's on it, so he's got claim to it.
Exactly. It's his also. But yeah, this is the start of our Madcap Moss push. How do you feel about it so far? I think we're 2, maybe 3 weeks in, or I guess he won the he won the Battle Royal, and then he's got a couple weeks. How do they feel? How do you feel about it?
I mean, I like him. I just want a little gear change. Get rid of those suspenders. I don't like the suspenders.
Get rid of the goofy little suspender. And we're doing it for you, by the way. Yeah. I'm sure there's a fair amount.
I'll take you more serious.
I'm sure there's a fair amount of chafing. Like, what we want the best for him.
Yeah. So, but yeah, in ring, I mean, the fans are warming up to him and all that. So, we'll see where she goes.
Yeah, seems like it.
But we go backstage once again. Sami Zayn approaches Roman Reigns' locker room door. Knocks. Paul Heyman lets him in, and he approaches Roman, shows his respect, and he just says, "Hey man, I just want to let you know I saw Drew McIntyre talking to RK Bro backstage. They were disrespecting the bloodline, so I want to team up with you guys. We can take them all on. Let's ally. I acknowledge you, Reigns." So, sucking up to him, and I think Reigns agrees, or we'll see what happens later.
Yeah. This is Roman Reigns we're talking about here.
Yeah. Then we got Lacey Evans, Chapter 3. Just more of the same. The hard life, living in tents, drug-addicted father, not having a mom to teach her all the things. And yeah, I think at this point we get the point. I respect everything. She went through a lot of hard stuff. Did her own hair, makeup for prom, all that. No, and she was a legitimate wrestler, which I didn't know much about before.
Did all her hair and makeup
first in the state of Florida.
Prom.
Her mom wasn't there to teach her. She did it all herself. But yeah, no, she was legit first in the state of Florida for amateur wrestling. So good for her. Now let's just see you back in the ring. Looking soon.
Yeah, maybe looking to take on the winner of this Charlotte Ronda thing.
Maybe, depending on who it is.
Well, I mean, why depending?
Because I think Ronda versus Lacey would be kind of...
Oh, okay.
It'd be hard to jump into. I don't know.
Yeah,
both baby faces. But anyways, let's go to the main event. You got Drew McIntyre taking on Sami Zayn in a lumberjack match. With RK Bro as part of the lumberjacks for being in Drew McIntyre's corner. So the Usos come out at the end, which makes Sami Zayn very happy. So... anyways, match itself, standard lumberjack stuff, Sammy's trying to run away, they keep throwing him back in. Drew gets thrown out, the heels beat him up. Then the Usos make their move. They knock out RK Bro with a bunch of super kicks. And that's when chaos erupts. Everyone just starts brawling. Drew hits a big tope and hero onto the group. But amidst the chaos, Sami Zayn slips off, runs away into the crowd once again. So Adam Pearce comes out. He's shocked. He says, "I didn't think it was possible to run from a lumberjack match." So next week there will be no running. Steel cage, you and Drew. That's that.
Now I could have sworn that last week, Mike, you said that I possibly quoted in saying there's no way Sammy could run away. Like almost,
I think I booked the steel cage match. I think that's what I did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you booked it to happen, maybe.
But even in a cage, you can run away. That's part of the way to win, is to climb out and get away.
I mean, that is literally written in the rules, so you're not wrong.
But I guess it's harder. You got those 3 seconds of climbing.
Yeah, exactly. But either way,
we'll see.
I like the backstage Sami Zayn manipulating guy. You know what? He took the loss at Mania, but that's not a big loss. You know, losing in the gimmick match, that's fine. You're still on TV. Yeah, everything's good.
Yeah, ended up having one of the most memorable moments of the weekend with that match.
Which parts? Which?
Oh, I just mean the match itself.
Oh, okay.
Being one of the most memorable things. But yeah. So, anyways, next week, steel cage. I think at the end, Jinder and Shanky try to attack Drew, but he just tosses them away.
He's like, "Who are you?"
And then apparently, afterwards in a dark match, or for the last couple weeks, LA Knight has been showing up, but as a manager, building a faction called the Knight Model Management.
That's okay. That's cool.
So far, his clients are Mace and Mansoor.
Mace and Mansoor. Now, remind me again. Which one was Mace?
The dreadlocks.
Yeah. What was his real name?
Looked like the
Remember when he did
Dio Madden?
Yes. Remember when he did commentary for like 2 weeks or like a month?
And then Brock Lesnar killed him.
And he came back as the Predator.
The Predator. Yeah.
Oh, geez. Well, that was our first half of, I guess that was probably the first half of our week, eh?
Yeah. Let's take a break. Shortened show.
Shortened show. We'll come back. Of course, we have all of Monday Night Raw, NXT 2.0, so stick around.
Let's shoot. Yeah, let's shoot. Yeah, let's shoot. Brother. Yeah, let's shoot. Yeah, let's shoot. Yeah, let's shoot. Brother. Yeah.
Back here with the second half of the show, folks. Thanks for sticking it out through the break. Short week. Yeah, Mike, this is really reminiscent to me of the pre-AEW days. Remember those? The pre-NXT days? We had time to have fun.
Yeah, we played games. We sang songs.
We whistled a tune. Before it just became just the straight up kind of like
it's all business.
It's all business these days, baby. Right? It's all
too much wrestling.
Journalism. I mean, I wonder where, because it wasn't or nothing. It was like probably 20 episodes in. We were like AEW was a thing. Like 20 episodes. I remember there was a period of time where there's a couple pay-per-views, or there's a period of time where there was a couple pay-per-views, but there was no Dynamite.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, we were around before the start of Dynamite.
Definitely. Yeah, we were cooking before Dynamite, but still, it's just definitely more of the show has been post.
Yeah, and then they added a third hour with Rampage and.
Yeah, the Wednesday Night War, of course, really changed the course of professional wrestling podcasts forever.
The world of wrestling in general.
Which
of course includes us.
Yeah, we are a part of that zeitgeist. So let's get into this this edition of well, I guess I pumped it up last week live from I don't know, fucking somewhere. We're talking
Knoxville,
Tennessee, baby. We're talking this week's edition of Monday Night Raw.
Let's get raw. Let's get raw.
Backlash is in 2 weeks, folks. Right? The 8th, I think? 7th or 8th?
Mother's Day.
What else are you doing Mother's Day, folks?
Call your mom, say, we're going to watch wrestling. Yeah. But on this particular episode, we're starting off with Riddle in the ring because we're not honoring mothers. This is not Mother's Day. This is Randy Orton's celebration night or something like that. His 20th anniversary as a WWE superstar. So, hell of a milestone there. Riddle's got a bunch of the locker room. They're all standing outside the ring and pays a nice video tribute to his friend there. And we bring out the man of the hour himself. Randy comes and the crowd chants his name. And he just says, yeah, it's been a wild 20 years. Still got a lot left in the tank, though. And right now, on this run, I'm having more fun than ever. Thanks to this guy right here. And then he gives Riddle a big hug. Crowd loves it. They're chanting RK Bro. So yeah, they're just having a great time. And then Riddle introduces a guest, one that Randy actually mentored when he first came into the WWE with the group Legacy. We're talking about Cody Rhodes. So he comes out. Yeah, do you remember the group Legacy?
No.
Yeah, it was Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and Ted DiBiase Jr. was in it.
Okay.
No
Okay.
Yeah, but at one point, Ted was pegged to be the big guy in the group.
Not Cody.
He's not even. No, I mean Cody. They still liked him, but he didn't find his groove yet. He was still wearing trunks and no knee pads or anything.
Trunks and no knee pads. Come on, folks. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Matt Riddle or Walter?
Well, yeah. Anyway, so Cody comes out. He hugs Randy, and but then Seth Rollins gets on the mic, cuts him off, starts slinging some insults. But that's when Ezekiel cuts off Rollins, and he wants to introduce himself to Randy. But Owens is pissed off. He comes in yelling, saying, "No, that's Elias." And then the Usos come out. They talk some shit. So finally, Adam Pearce comes out to settle all this down and book us an 8-man tag for later.
Yeah, this was our classic kickoff Raw with 20 minutes. Well, we need 20 minutes to fill type of Raw segment. I love this whole Ezekiel Kevin Owens thing. I love that. Yeah. I love that Ezekiel's doing it, and then also I love that Kevin Owens cares so much. It's like he doesn't have time to think about anything else. He's just like, I can't not forget. Like I can't forget that you are Elias. At one point, Ezekiel said that he didn't like he didn't like interrupting people.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think Elias was such a good performer. He's gotten all this goodwill with the crowd that we're willing to play along. We're not going to shit on Ezekiel.
Yeah,
that's him.
I guess that's also the kind of thing. Like, we're not sitting here going like, oh, what a bullshit angle of like, oh, it's his brother, haha. It's like, oh no, but we like that guy. Yeah. So.
Like sometimes a wrestler gets a name change, they chant the old name at him, but I don't think they'll do that for Ezekiel. We're on his side.
Yeah, because it's a whole. He's like, it's funny. It is different. This is so different than, and I mean, we saw Austin Theory just last week or Walter Gunther. They feel the need that they have to tell you. They're like, I've been living a lie for too long. I've been reaching my breaking point. Now I'm just Theory, and you're like, okay. But this guy is like, hey, I'm a whole different person. Like, I have a different birth certificate. And
the way he's playing it off feels like it's his idea and it's not forced.
Yeah, there's no force. It was like, almost like, what if I shaved my beard, cut my hair, and I pretend to be my brother? And Vince is like, it's hilarious.
All right, let's go to some in-ring action. You got Bianca Belair defending the women's title against Sonya Deville. So big match here. Bianca Belair's hometown, Knoxville, Tennessee. I thought she was from Florida for some reason. I just think everyone from NXT is from Florida.
They're all from Florida.
Yeah, but anyways, big hometown reception. They brawl to the floor. Bianca throws Sonya over the announce table, and Sonya can't get up by the count of 10. So she's counted out. Bianca wins. But then Sonya grabs the mic, says, no, that doesn't count. There was water on the floor. I'm an official. We're going to restart this match. No countouts. So they continue to brawl. Sonya grabs a chair, smacks Bianca from behind, and bell rings, DQ. So Sonya grabs the mic again, says, no DQ, restart. And that's when Carmella, Zelina come out. So they help Sonya. It's 3-on-1. They're all beating up Belair. Sonya hits a big DDT onto a chair, but Bianca still kicks out. So, still can't keep her down. She fights back, ends up driving Sonya head first into the chair, and then takes out Carmella and Zelina, lifts up Sonya, hits the KOD, gets the win, retains her title. Odds were stacked against her.
Yeah, I feel like I saw this exact same match a time ago. Like, I don't know how long. I can't remember who it was, but I feel like I felt this exact same thing where it was like the person just kept changing the stip in the match and kept losing. Does this particular thing ring a bell to you?
It has. Yeah, it's happened.
I'm sure it has. It was just one thing specifically, and I kept watching it and just killing myself. I still couldn't remember.
Yeah, I'm sure it's happened on more than 3 occasions.
Now, was this before or more than 3, less than 12? Now, okay, was this before or after? There was a video package that I guess Sonya Deville was talking to Carmella and Zelina Vega. You know, tell them like, if you're on my team, I'll get you another championship match. Did that happen before or after this match?
Oh yeah, that was probably before.
Yeah,
they came up
I don't know, and you know, we're getting everything. We can especially control the camera angles when we are kind of doing a backstage, especially a pre-tape. Sonya Deville slapped the shit out of Carmella. It was one of the hardest pre-tape strikes I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, go back and if you can find a clip of that, holy something. But Zelina Vega and Carmella are back together, so we're all good. Didn't they have a fight a couple weeks ago?
Were they ever apart?
I could have sworn they had a match like last.
I guess they lost the titles. They split up, and now they're like, well, what else?
Yeah, what else? Oh God, we both have nothing.
Let me get Veer Mahan taking on Sam Smothers. Just another local jobber. So Veer destroys him. Cervical clutch. Easy tap out win.
Yeah. Veer is here. Do the shirts say that yet?
Yeah. Not yet, but they could. I mean, he's doing okay. He doesn't look sloppy or anything.
Well, he's just going to kind of keep putting in that streak, right? And I mean...
Yeah, until he gets tested, we don't know.
Yeah, because he's been main event, and then now he's, these shows, and I'm sure he's getting, similar wins in live shows now, too. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, let's go to Bobby Lashley taking on Omos in an arm wrestling match. So we got the big device... Or the table, whatever you want to call it.
With the handles on it and the pad.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen competitive arm wrestling?
Not in person.
Of course not. Well, yeah, you're not a scumbag.
No, I remember a couple of the hockey rinks I played at. I saw like an advertisement for like, hey, arm wrestling tournament, sign up or something.
Yeah, actually, well, did you know one of the best in the sport is Canadian. I can't remember his name.
Really?
Yeah, he's just this big guy with a big fucking arm, and he crushes people or something.
I don't know. I remember just seeing a video of an arm snapping. It made me lose my desire to
ever arm wrestle again.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think all that pressure just pushing up against each other. Something can give.
Well, and I guess something happened. I think I also have seen that clip. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it's happened a lot of times to a lot of people. But anyway, it doesn't happen here. They have a regular arm wrestling contest. The old struggle back and forth. Omos looks like he's gonna win, but then Lashley fights back, slams down the Giant's hand. Bobby wins. Omos is pissed, so he beats up Lashley and beats up the poor arm wrestling table, slams it around.
We haven't gotten an arm wrestling segment for probably a year and a half, so I think we're right on kind of schedule.
Yeah, I mean, it's something they like to do every once in a while. So
yeah.
Whatever. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
If it was a shoot, it would be more fun.
Like a shoot MMA fight.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they tried the Brawl for All once, but...
And Raw Underground.
Well, that ain't no shoot, brother. But let's move on to some mixed gender tag match. Reggie and Dana Brooke taking on Tozawa and Tamina. R-Truth, special ref. Nothing to talk about here, though. Once again, they teased Tamina and Dana like they're going to kiss. And then Tozawa hits a top rope senton onto Reggie, gets the win. And then afterwards, they all try to pin Dana, but she runs away.
Yeah, this was pretty bad.
Yeah.
But and this is also our second, or so I guess like the Liv Morgan and Lana, LGBTQ angle. We had it. It slipped out of our fingers, and then it got weird.
And then I had the Sonya Mandy one.
I mean, that was kind of the one I think we were kind of hoping for. But now maybe it's Tamina and Dana Brooke.
I mean, there's really no explanation. It just comes out of nowhere. And I think it's mostly on Tamina's part.
Well, and every single time, even the Liv Morgan Lana one was just like, what? Huh?
Yeah, that's just Vince. He's like, lesbians. Ha, it's hot. That's his thinking.
I guess. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
So anyways, let's just move right along here because we got big time Becky Lynch coming out for her first appearance since the big loss at WrestleMania, and she's looking very somber, walking very slow to the ring, not happy at all. She gets on the mic, says, it's been 3 years since I walked out on Raw without a championship. So 3 years since someone even beat her. So she doesn't know what to do. She's hit rock bottom. And not talking about the manhandle slam. So, but you know what? This is the beginning of the legendary comeback. So nobody's going to be able to beat me. No one can defeat Becky. And that's when we get the return of Asuka. Been a long time.
Too long. We were wondering,
nearly a year.
And we were wondering that around Mania season.
Yeah, I mean, of course, the Royal Rumble comes around. You're thinking anyone can come back.
Exactly.
Here she is. She's ready. She's recovered. Huge pop. Crowd chants Asuka. Yeah, we all missed you. But Becky says, I'll stop you. Because Asuka says, Becky, I'll stop you because no one's ready for Asuka. So Becky takes a swing, but Asuka ducks, and Becky ends up rolling out of the ring.
And just like that. Just like that,
that could be a nice, big, fun match. Do you think they throw that on the Backlash card?
Maybe just to get Becky Lynch on the card. Yeah, it feels like it'd be too soon, but there's a lot of great women's action happening here on Monday Night Raw. I mean, I know I'm saying that right after
multiple storylines.
We have kind of like between Liv, Rhea, the Sonya, Bianca Belair, and now this, and Dana Tamina. Yeah. I mean,
everyone's kind of got something except for Nikki. Everyone else has something.
Everyone's got something except for Nikki.
And Alexa Bliss has been missing since the Elimination Chamber. It's been a bit of a mystery on that one.
And is she Raw? Can we recall?
I think she's Raw. I remember they did all those vignettes.
Her therapy sessions where she was kind of like slowly becoming less Lily-y.
Yeah. And then the Elimination Chamber, she was one of the most over people, and then never seen her again since. Since February.
Yeah,
weird.
You know what though? There's been so much action going on. I forgot right there. I forgot.
I mean, that's the thing. The women's division in WWE can handle it, but still something.
Yeah,
to note. But let's go to some more wrestling. Finn Balor takes on Damian Priest, who's got his new entrance. The whole blue lights. He's got Edge just kind of sitting on the throne the whole time. Even during the match, he's just watching from up there. So Priest hits a big crucifix bomb to Balor on the edge of the apron. Balor fights back, climbs up the ropes, going for the coup de grace, but that's when Edge stands up from his throne, and that distracts Finn. For some reason, he decides to look over. Excuse me.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Jesus, it's okay. You're okay.
It's like I inhaled some dust or something. But Edge stands up from his throne, distracts Finn. So Damian Priest chokeslams Finn, and then he hits his new finisher because I guess doesn't want to use the Crossroads anymore with Cody around. It's like a giant flatliner. I don't know if they called it anything, but
I didn't hear them call it anything. No.
But they did call themselves. They got a name for their group, Judgment Day.
Judgment Day. They said that a few times. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess maybe because they own some kind of trademark already. Similar, the
they're
pay-per-view.
always sitting in this law office. Oh, you mean WWE?
Oh, yeah. No, that's what I meant. Yeah, because they own, You know, they own the pay-per-view name.
Yeah,
maybe
they have
it was
had
easier.
the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. And that also a group, you can't have a name with just two people, so there's got to be some
You need
more.
more, and I think, we have no faction on Raw. We actually don't have many factions.
Rhea Ripley.
We don't have many factions in the first place, really. Like, with the Bloodline, but that's kind of like 3. Like, I need a faction to be at least 4.
Yeah, they've broken up all the real factions. Right?
Yeah, was Retribution the last great faction?
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Hurt Business?
But anyways, hopefully Rhea Ripley can join the group. She's got the whole dark thing going on.
She's got the whole I'm dark and mysterious thing, so why the hell not?
She's trying to be the Batman right now.
The Batman.
The Batman. Robert Pattinson. Pattinson or Pattinson? What is it?
I think
Pattinson?
Pattinson?
Pattinson? Okay. Doesn't matter.
Yes, it does, Mike.
I mean, not for this show.
A good point.
The Miz comes out. Mike Mizanin. I know his name. And he brings out his guest, the new United States champ, Theory. And the two of them just kind of compliment each other, put each other over. And Theory says he wants to make this a memorable title run. That's when they get interrupted by Mustafa Ali. A nice surprise here. That's didn't expect him. Crowd chants "Welcome back!" So a nice little moment for him.
Of all people, I thought we were never going to see him again.
Yeah, I mean they even kind of acknowledge it. Miz says, "You still work here?" And Theory says, "Yeah, aren't you the guy that took your ball and went home?" So yeah, they're acknowledging kind of. Ali asked for his release, but Miz says, "Oh no, you're Mustafa's younger brother." Which is kind of funny there.
Yeah. I guess.
A nice in-show reference, but Ali says, "No, I'm here to fight, so put that U.S. title on the line." But Theory says no, so Ali says, "You're all biceps and no balls," and he ends up fighting Miz instead. But yeah, Ali looked really good here. His first match in, I don't know, almost probably as long as Asuka, almost a year.
Yeah, possibly. I don't remember the last one.
Yeah, but looking pretty good. Miz goes for a figure 4, but Ali counters, gets a roll-up, gets the 3. So Mustafa wins in his return. And as he's walking back up the ramp, Tommaso Ciampa attacks him from behind, so seemingly turning heel. Not that he had really picked a side yet on Raw, but he's picked one now.
Not quite. Also heard the commentary team calling him just Ciampa.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
No Tommaso. I don't know if there's something to that. You know what? One thing, Mustafa Ali's back. That's a lot of fun. He's always been very confident on the mic, I think, too.
Yeah, underrated talker, I'd say.
Very underrated talker. But The Miz, when does The Miz never give 100%? Every single time. It is crazy that The Miz can work with, just last week working with Cody Rhodes. Of course, you can work with Kevin Owens to Austin Theory and Mustafa Ali. There's truly nobody that he can't work with in some kind of way. Logan Paul, Rey Mysterio, it doesn't matter.
He's the ultimate company man.
Yeah.
He will do...
First ballot Hall of Famer, for sure.
Absolutely. He's not number 1 in anything, but he's like top of his, he's best at everything.
Yeah, he's
not the best at everything, but he's very good at everything.
Exactly, but he's one of the best. He's one of the best at everything. Yeah.
But not the best.
Not the best, yeah.
Anyways. So that leads us to the main event, I guess. The big 8-man tag. Cody Rhodes, Ezekiel, RK Bro taking on the Usos, Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins. Standard multi-man stuff here. Everyone's tagging in and out, hitting their moves. Ezekiel looking pretty good. He's pretty much like Ultimate Warrior. He looks like Ultimate Warrior.
Very much looks tassels. Like him. He has the tassels, the bright
He's doing
pink.
The power moves now.
Yeah.
All he needs is face paint.
Yeah, almost everything.
Yeah, but he looked good, I thought. Rollins hits a big inverted superplex off the top rope to Riddle. Nice move there. And eventually Randy Orton gets the hot tag because it's Randy Orton night. And everyone wants to see it. So he just goes on a roll. And eventually, he's one after the other, hits an RKO on all 4 of his opponents. Ending with the big, I guess one of the Usos dives off the top rope, gets caught in the RKO. Pinfall win for his team. Perfect way to cap off the Randy Orton appreciation.
Yeah, the big Randy Orton night with a big RKO. Of course, it has to end that way.
Nice little rub for Ezekiel, too, getting to have a main event win.
I also think all these entrances, these took like 6 minutes just to get everyone out there.
Yeah, and then half of that was Cody.
And well, that's the thing, right? Now each Cody entrance kind of like shaves 2 minutes off the card.
Yeah.
Well, hey.
But that was your Monday Night Raw.
That was Monday Night Raw. Let's kick on through to the next night with some 2.0 action. We're talking NXT.
NXT, what does it mean? I don't know, but it's some good wrestling. So NXT, watch and see. Gotta tap out a count out of 1, 2, 3. So
NXT 2.0, that is.
Of course. Start off with some women's wrestling. You had Nikita Lyons take on Lash Legend. These two just kind of been feuding for a few weeks now, but not really that interesting. They kind of brawl it up a bit. Nikita hits a nice butterfly kick, gets the 3. But then right after, Natalya jumps in, and her and Lash double team her until Cora Jade runs out, makes a save with her skateboard, and her and Nikita stand tall.
Some kind of four-man tag, four-woman tag.
Sure, something to do.
Which weird, because I just thought Cora Jade and Natalya, that was going to be the thing, and then we've thrown these other two.
I mean, I guess I think they're still going to have to do that, right? Singles match, you would think.
You would think, yeah. But now they've
maybe
thrown...
they booked something for spring break, and I haven't checked.
Yeah, that's next week, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
We go backstage where Roderick Strong's giving a pep talk to the Diamond Mine, saying we haven't been good enough lately. I don't want us to crumble like my last group did. But then the Creed brothers stand up for themselves. Like, hey, man, we didn't get pinned. We lasted to the end of the gauntlet. But Roddy's not having it. He says, I set you guys up next week against the Viking Raiders. So that's our special guest.
The Viking Raiders. Well, God, if
not just Natalya this month. We got another team.
If they can't get a win on NXT, there's absolutely no hope for them.
Yeah. But then we go to Von Wagner taking on Tony D'Angelo, who is supposed to be Escobar instead of Wagner, but I don't know. For whatever reason, they had to switch it up, but still a fresh match, I guess.
I guess so.
But the crowd favors Tony, and they fight their way outside the ring. Legato show up, who have also been renamed. I don't know if you caught that.
Yeah, I mentioned that last week.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Was it last week they got renamed?
God, okay. I can't remember it now.
A bunch of people got renamed, so it's hard to keep up. But yeah, Lyle and Cruz, I think is what they're called.
Yeah, something like that.
So they show up, and then D'Angelo's gangsters show up. We still don't know who they are, but they fight Legato and Escobar. He shows up, so he's actually fine. He jumps the barricade, nails Tony in the back with the crowbar. So ref didn't see it, so Tony's been weakened. Back in the ring, Wagner hits him with a massive boot to the face, gets the win. Big win for Wagner. Not clean, but
D'Angelo has a bunch of he's got history with that crowbar, right? Wasn't he feuding with somebody
kind of
about the crowbar?
Of choice.
Yeah.
Him and Pete Dunne.
That's what it was. Yeah, Peter Dunne.
Yeah, so I guess taste of his own medicine a little bit there. Then we got this Nathan Frazier from NXT UK. He's supposed to make his debut. There was some guy in the ring, but then Grayson Waller just beats him up, takes him out, tells Nathan, don't step in this ring. But eventually Frazier jumps in the ring and, drop kicks him and tosses him out. Doesn't have a match, but he's here.
That was a weird one.
Yeah. Then they announced the first ever NXT Women's Breakout Tournament, which will include kind of throughout the night. They just did a bunch of vignettes for these unknown wrestlers, one of who, Santina Morella's daughter, Ariana Grace. So,
good Canadian kid, I'd imagine.
I assume, yeah.
I assume.
So, should be a fun little tournament. Get to know some new competitors here.
Yeah.
But let's continue with the new names, because Kaden Carter is teaming up with Katana Chance, formerly Casey Catanzaro, but still keeping the KC initials. So hey,
well, you got to keep them somehow. A lot of new names.
Yeah, apparently Vince, you know how he just randomly gets things in his head. He's like, new names, no more names, no real names. Nobody owns their names but me.
Oh, you know what? That would make sense. That's why, because isn't Austin Theory's name, like his first name is really Austin? And I'm pretty sure Casey Catanzaro, that's her
that's her legit
real name. I think one of the other guys, one of the Phantasma guys, Mendoza, he was the one who got his name changed, right? I wonder.
I think they both did.
They both did? Well, yeah, I wonder if one of their names is also... Or is Ciampa's real name like Tommaso Johnson? Do we know this?
Maybe. Either way, for whatever reason. Either way. Same performer. Everything else is the same. The match is the same. Team KC takes on Yulisa Leon and Valentina Perez. And yeah, same old Team KC. They're doing all their athletic stuff, putting on a good show. They hit their cool 450 splash neckbreaker finisher for the win.
And they get a lot of wins, right? We never see them because they're on like 205 Live, but they do, right?
Level Up or whatever they call it.
Level Up, that's what it's called. My bad. Bad.
Never seen an episode. Never will.
I refuse. You'd rather watch Dark.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I mean, they're one of the few teams that have been around. Like, they've never broken up, so eventually you'd think they'll get a nice.
And they
title.
have a choreographed entrance.
Yeah, choreographed gear now. They
choreographed
have,
names.
armor.
I mean,
initials. Yeah,
initials. Everything. Yeah, they should be getting the push right now.
I mean, they should build them up a bit. You know, Toxic Attraction. They gotta lose the belt eventually. So.
Oh, they gotta be on the show eventually.
That too. But the new names continue. As we get another little vignette here, Kaylee Ray is now Alba Fire.
There has to be. My guess is if we were to look at every single one of these people, one of those names would be their real name. I can almost guarantee it right now.
And I think it's also like if you came into WWE with that name, they want you to change it. Because maybe they don't outright own it if you already had it beforehand.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I bet.
Something weird. There was some weird, something happened where Vince just went on a streak. He's like, new names, everybody.
New names.
I don't know. Then we get a mixed tag. Legato teaming with Elektra Lopez to take on Briggs and Jensen and Fallon Henley. Except for Jensen was beaten up backstage beforehand, so it's now 3-on-2. So Legato are in control most of the match. Lopez and Henley brawl off to the back, so Briggs is all on his own. And Legato just double team him, hit their little lariat leg sweep finisher to get the win. Yeah. And you know, the fans, they're starting to warm up, though. They were singing Legato to their theme song. I didn't even know you could do that.
I didn't know it was singable.
I don't even know their song, but yeah, at the end they're like, Legato.
Well, I guess you could just kind of say like Legato over like anything and just kind of hope for the best.
Yeah, I just didn't think people would.
Well, yeah, I guess they've been the baby faces maybe lately, and then I don't know what they are. I still don't like them. I don't think they're good.
Yeah, I don't like them that much, but they've somehow snuckily gotten over in this NXT. I guess it's a small crowd.
Well, I've been saying this since day one. At the NXT tapings, I think there's somebody on the other side of the camera, like at a talk show, and they're like applaud.
A director.
Yeah, there's literally a director telling people what to do.
Next match, Solo Sikoa takes on Trick Williams. It was fine. Nothing crazy. You had Grimes on commentary. Carmelo at ringside. Solo hits the Uso splash. Gets the win. And then afterwards, Grimes comes down to gets in the ring. He gets in Carmelo's face. Solo tries to super kick Carmelo, but he ducks and Grime gets taken out. So Solo just kind of walks off.
I like how much the North American title moved over to Cameron Grimes' hands, and it's stayed in relevance.
Yeah, I mean, all these guys kind of in the mix here, and it's nice to have healthy competition. So,
yeah, it's very, very much so. Yeah, it's nice seeing all of these things because Mike. I mean, I think after he won that, you were worried. I don't think I was worried, but you were worried that he would be a transitional champion.
Yeah, there's still a chance, but hopefully not.
You know,
I don't even know if he's defending it next week. I don't know yet.
Hopefully, we're coming up on a month. You know, I think he could be here to stay for a little while.
Yeah. All right. If he makes it past spring breaking, then he's not transitioning.
Perfect. Love to hear it.
Then we got Idris Sanofi and Malik Blade taking on the Viking Raiders, the featured main roster stars. They get a nice reception, a welcome back chant here. Yeah, pretty much dominate most of the match, hit the Viking experience to get the win.
Just like they do in Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Then you had Roxanne Perez taking on Mandy Rose. Non-title match, but it's a huge test for Roxy here. This is only her second or third match?
A second, maybe.
Something like that.
Yeah, she's
second match. Yeah, but does pretty good. She hangs in there with the champ. They have a good back and forth. The crowd was into it. Both women here, but she's not ready. Eventually, Mandy Rose hits the big C trigger, gets the win. And then afterwards, Wendy Chu shows up with the Super Soakers and tries to spray Toxic Attraction, but they roll out, they escape. But that's when Wendy pulls out this button, and she hits it. It releases a net, falls from the ceiling, traps Toxic Attraction for a couple seconds. And Wendy and Roxy just run in and spray them with Silly String.
Classic Silly String. And then the heels are writhing around on their backs. Like a turtle who's been kicked over.
I think they just ran off.
Oh, okay.
That's string. That's not good. That's chemicals in their hair. They got to wash it.
Yeah, believe me, I think there's already enough chemicals in Mandy Rose's hair that the silly string's not gonna do it.
Well, Joe Gacy comes out just to talk his crazy talk, and he's got a whole gang of druids just surrounding the ring in their dark cloaks, and he's just rambling. The crowd starts chanting, "We want wrestling."
Yeah, he kept going on about like how he's promising to change the world, as if the world is so bad it needs to be changed.
And there's anything you can do about it, Gacy.
Yeah, like what are you gonna do about it? You're some you've got a dumb beard and a bunch of tattoos.
Dumb gimmick.
Dumb gimmick.
Yeah. But, he says he will become NXT champ. And I say no thanks. And that's when Rick Steiner comes out. He says, "Hey, my son's cleared to compete after you pushed him off that big ledge last week. And he will defend his title at Spring Breakin'." And that's when the Druids, though, they start to surround poor Rick. So Braun Breaker comes storming out, beats up all the fucking evildoers and the whole lot of them. But Gacy, he catches Breaker with a clothesline. Somehow that was enough to just keep him down.
Devastating clothesline, may I say.
That was a little too much for me.
It's a lariat. Devastating lariat.
I mean, but not from Gacy.
No.
If Brock Lesnar does it to you, it's one thing.
Well, obviously. If Brock Lesnar does anything to you, it's devastating.
Then the Druids just pass the belt, the NXT title, down like an assembly line off to Joe Gacy, who holds it up. But I did not like this ending. This Joe Gacy is not doing it for me.
No, yeah, I don't think Joe Gacy's not doing it for people. You can't end a wrestling show with a bunch of talking. You can't.
That too.
You can't.
Especially if it has to be real hot, you know?
Oh, yeah, Roman Brock level type of shit, right? Or like a massive contract signing for your massive title that's being defended in 3 days or whatever it is, but not something...
Yeah, not Joe Gacy.
Exactly, just not this, right? I think it's just like a miss. It's just kind of...
Yeah, he shouldn't even be in the NXT champion realm right now.
Or if he is, not like this. This has to be built up differently, right? Like
a man wearing a collared shirt, while wrestling, shouldn't be a world champ.
No.
With like tucked in pants, collared shirt like that. That's come on.
You look like
Mick Foley didn't tuck in his collared shirt.
Mick Foley never tucked in his shirt. He wore track pants like he was just eating a bag of chips, and you can still see some of the dust, the chip dust on his pants.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, not a very fun ending for me, but had some good matches on the show.
Yeah, but all in all, Joe Gacy, get the fuck out of here.
Pretty much. Hopefully that's it. Spring breaking and done. Not even worthy.
Spring breaking and released from the company. That's what we want to hear, or at least gimmick change.
I mean, Harlan's not even around anymore.
Harlan's not even. Yeah, you would think if like some guy's gonna be intimidating, he'd have his like, especially the intimidating heel has that some kind of other presence behind him, right? Whether it's a manager, whether it's a whole posse.
Yeah.
Not this guy. Not this guy though. But that was all of NXT. So let's finish off our show then. Like we said, quick show this week. Let's finish off our show the way that we always do, which is by giving you a new wrestler of the week.
With the wrestler of the week, of the week. Wrestler of the week, of the week, of the week. The wrestler of the week, of the week, of the week. Wrestler of the week, of the week, of the week. The wrestler of the week.
And for a short week, Mike, I gotta add, with not much wrestling. Was that just me, or was there not much wrestling this week?
Yeah, nothing. No big crazy matches that
make you just instantly crazy matches, So I think my wrestler of the week, I'm going to be giving it to the Rand-Man, Randy Orton, for his 20 years of everything. Mike, you said so yourself that he had said that this recent run of his is the most fun of his career, and you can see it in his face. This dude's loving it. In 20 years, and without taking breaks to do a fucking movie or something. Or to get surgery, or I'm sure he's been injured, but I feel like it's 20 strong, consistent years.
Yeah, and he said he's got a lot left in the tank, so don't be surprised that this guy goes another, 7-8 years. Who knows?
Yeah, why the hell not? I mean, we say it all the time, right? Like AJ Styles is in his mid-40s. Lance Archer is
Sting.
Lance Archer is 45 years old. Sting is 63. He could be our
diving off balconies every week.
He's jumping. When was the last time your dad? Well, okay, no, not your dad. But when was the last time my dad jumped off of a fucking, a doorway through a guy through two sets of tables?
Yeah. All right. So you gave us yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a tough week to pick. Not a lot of stuff. I'll just give it to a guy. He came back and he won. Mustafa Ali. I know there's been some murky waters between him and WWE management, but at the end of the day, he's a good performer, and it's good to have him here.
Yeah, hopefully he's back now for good. Hopefully, we'll see him next week on Monday Night Raw. That's really all we can hope for now, I think.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Either that or release him.
Or just release him already. And that was the podcast. That was all the time. Thanks for listening. Rate, review, live, subscribe. Show is everywhere. Next week we will be our next week is our go home for Backlash.
That's right.
And we still have to build. I feel like we still have to build the entire card.
I think
it's coming together.
Well, Roman. We don't even know if Roman's defending his titles. That's something.
Right. Because it seemed like Shinsuke, and then that was like the week after Mania.
That was weird. Yeah, and then there's never again.
Never again.
That was really weird.
And they cooled on it for whatever reason. But yeah, we'll see if he's going to defend that and all that other AEW action. Really can't wait for the FTR match tonight. The Dax Harwood, Cash Wheeler. No spoilers out there, Mike. And that's all I got. So see you later. Mike, take care. Mike, take care of yourself.
That's right. Go Leafs, go. Go Raptors, go. Go Toronto. and go wrestling.
Shoot.